What's going on, people? Welcome back to our Arsenal transfer news live show. Of course, every single day, give you the latest Arsenal transfer news and rumours. And once again, we're talking about Viktor Gyökeres because some reports coming out that Arsenal apparently offered him a 5-year contract, obviously to sign Gyökeres from Sporting Lisbon. We'll talk all about that today as well. Big up everyone. I've decided to do it a bit earlier today. I usually do it at 9 o'clock. I'm thinking of maybe doing these shows, trying maybe 2 times a day or 3 times a day. Something I'm looking at to do. So we'll give it a go today and see if you guys like, this sort of time. If not, we just stick to doing it at 9 p.m. people. But make sure if you are tuning in, you do hit like buttons up, you do subscribe to the channel if you are new, as we are on the road to 11,000 subscribers. Get your thoughts in as always. Love to hear your comments, questions, anything like that. Please get your thoughts in down below. I will be reading, as always, going through you guys' comments. But hope everyone's doing well today, people. If you guys noticed, if you watched my podcast yesterday, you think, why is this guy still got the same shirt on, man? I've got to wear this shirt, man. Like, it's just too. You know what it reminds me of this shirt? You remember 2005 season, right? 2005-06 when we had the maroon O2 kit with a little gold O2 on it. That's what it kind of reminds me of. That similar color. But yeah, it's like it looks so retro, man, with like all the lines going through it. So I thought, you know what? I bought it yesterday when I went to the parade. And I actually saw people say, "Oh, you're buying into Kroenke's fund and all this. You're giving Stan Kroenke money." I actually think if you buy the shirts, someone told me yesterday, it don't even go to Kroenke apparently. It goes to Adidas or something. It goes to the sponsor. Anything that's sponsored goes to Adidas or whatever Arsenal sponsored with. So I ain't buying no Kroenke fun, people. Kroenke out, you know how it is. But yeah, big up everyone, man. It's good you big up the chat. We'll go through you guys' comments in a minute as well, people. And we'll get into all the news today. So yeah, big up everyone. We got Tamina, always first, always tuning in early on. Big up to you, Tamina. Jordan, big up to you, Jordan, bro. We got Drew in the building. Talking about Madrid, keeping an eye on Lewis Skelly, yeah? Wow. Big up to you, Drew, there as well, mate. Hope you're good, brother. Big up to Top Gunner as well. Hope you're all good, Top Gunner, my brother. Big up to Nathan. Is Gyökeres confirmed? It's not confirmed yet, my friend, but we're going to talk about what's happening with the situation of it as well. Big up to you, Nathan, brother, every single time. We've got also Arsenal04 in the chat. Rory's in the chat as well. He just says, please click done. Godfrey's in the building. Big up, Godfrey, my brother. Hope you're good, mate. Lucas Martin again in my chat. Big up to Guna Gathering as well. Afternoon to you, Guna Gathering. Yadif's in the building. Yo, Yadif, I saw your boy, yeah, General Party. He's staying, by the way. Thomas Partey staying at Arsenal, apparently. If we got time, we'll talk about that a bit later on. But big up to you, Yadif, bro. Bless up KT, my buller. Yeah, listen, KT, all the best to him. Honestly, I think we still should be keeping him personally. But it is what it is. Clearly, Arteta just don't rate him. I don't think he's ever really rated him, if we're being honest with it, because I was talking about this the other day. Yesterday when we was doing keep or sell, right? And it came to Nuno Tavares, right? Let's not forget, Arteta was playing Nuno Tavares over a fully fit Kieran Tierney that season, by the way, 2-3 years ago. Arteta's never rated Tierney. It's as simple as that, really. Under another manager, Tierney would have balled out, and he's going to ball out back at Celtic. And I wish him all the best, man, because he's a proper player. Bless up Cooper in the building as well, mate. He's saying, I'm loving the jersey. It's nice, bro. It's a nice one, isn't it? Proper retro vibes, you know how it is. Julie's in the building. Big up to you, Julie, as well. Hope you're doing well. Lecordia. Big up to you, Lecordia. So I've pronounced your name wrong, my friend. I'll be happy with either Sesko or Gyokeres, both for quality. Big up to you, bro. Bless up to BX06 World Cup vibes. Yeah, I can see that as well. With all like the lines and everything like that, bro. Bless up to you, Jose BX as well, mate. I hope you're all good. But yeah, make sure you hit like buttons up, people. Get your thoughts in down below. Let's get into the news today, starting with Viktor Gyökeres. So the source is coming by this guy called Nico Schurler, and this guy, I think people were saying that he reported the Calaflori deal. He was one of the first on the deal with Calaflori when we signed Calaflori. Apparently, he I don't know how true it is, but he got it before Fabrizio did. I think if you go to his Twitter, it's his pinned comment that he put it out there before anyone else did. So he got the Calaflori one actually spot on, to be fair. So I guess, he can get a bit of, reliability from that. But he's came out and said Arsenal offered Viktor Gyökeres a 5-year contract as they look to secure his signature. And there's a few other reports coming out saying that Arsenal have already offered him a new contract. People were saying his wages are like 150 million. 50, oh, nice one. 150k a week, which is honestly not even that bad, is it, at all in terms of his wages? But apparently, we've offered him a new contract. You had also Florian Plettenberg coming out from Sky Germany saying that other clubs in the race, Man United are no longer in the race for him. Man United have sort of called their interest and they're looking more towards Liam Delap. They're looking more towards those Hugo Ekitike. They're looking more towards, obviously, they just signed Cunha as well. So they're looking more towards those types of strikers now instead of Viktor Gyökeres. I think they believe that Gyökeres will not go to them because, I feel like maybe if they got Champions League football, winning Europa League, I feel like he probably would have been convinced. But I mean, you got to look at Viktor Gyökeres. Why would he want to go to Manchester United? I understand the whole Ruben Amorim effects there with his ex-manager, but even that, they're in an absolute mess right now. And you look at other clubs in for him, like Arsenal, for example. We're definitely in a much better position. Champions League football. We're obviously competing for league titles. I know we've got to get over the line, but he's going to be more convinced by coming to Arsenal. So, yeah, we've offered him a 5-year contract. Obviously, I spoke about what he said yesterday. He came out and said in an interview that he doesn't know about what's going to happen. But one thing's for certain, he's definitely going to be leaving Sporting Lisbon. That's been clear. He played his last game. If you guys watching the watch along with me in Southampton, right? We actually watched Sporting, didn't we? After that, if you guys were with me for that one, we actually watched Gyökeres for the whole game, and he scored a penalty. But what I noticed with Gyökeres in the game is he went quiet when he doesn't really get the. It's like any other striker, really, but he didn't get enough service from me from Sporting. And I know they're playing Benfica. Benfica are top team, but a few chances when he did get the ball, he's at times a bit wasteful in front of goal. He did have some big chances, even though he didn't really get a service. Obviously, he scored a penalty, and it took that one big moment for them because in the game as well, he was the guy who won the penalty. If you guys saw it, this is what I've seen with Gyökeres as well. He loves to drift out wide a lot. I saw him a lot the whole game on the left, always drifting out wide. On the left, and that's what I've really noticed with Gyökeres when I do watch this guy play, is he loves to drift out to the wide areas quite a bit, and someone told me as well that at Coventry, I don't know how true this is, but at Coventry he actually played a bit of his career as a winner. He was actually a left winger before at Coventry, and I think when he's at Brighton, I think he played as a left winger. I don't know how true that was because I didn't watch Coventry when he was there, but people were saying he was actually a winner before. But yeah, that's what I noticed a lot. He drifts out wide, and how he got the penalty was actually, he got the ball. He's just so direct, so powerful. Did about 2-3 of their defenders, and then obviously won himself the foul. So that's what we have to see there. And obviously he stepped up. It was literally the last kick of the game. If he wouldn't have scored that, Benfica would have won the Portuguese Cup. He stepped up and he in the big moment, and he got them the equaliser, and they went on to win the game in the end. But yeah, when I'm watching this guy, I just feel he's a beast. Like, he's an absolute tank when it comes to his hold-up play, when it comes to his physicality, his link-up play, everything like that is because he's so physical, he's going to have no problem with doing that in the Premier League for me. And I know there's a lot of that argument going around where people say, oh, it's only the Portuguese league and all of this. And, but there's no... Who has ever done that? Like, who has ever gone to... Even in these other leagues, people want to dismiss, the numbers that he's producing in 2 seasons, it's a great. He got I swear he's got over 90 goals in 2 seasons, or he could even be 100 goals and assists in 2 seasons, right? No one in world football in these leagues, are producing what Gyökeres is doing week in, week out. And it's not even just like that, He's been at Coventry. He did the business for Coventry, all right? He did the business. That league as well, playing in the Championship, it's a tough league, and we've seen players come from the Championship and thrive in the Premier League as well. And at the end of the day, he's also done it on the big stage in Europe as well, people. Champions League, man, literally single-handedly dunked on Man City, hat-trick settings, right? Even when he played against Arsenal, I thought we dealt with him reasonably well. But you guys, everyone will remember that one moment where on the halfway line, he spins Saliba, Kivior can't handle him, got pushed out the way from Kiwior, and then he went on to hit the post, didn't he? Like, even if he has a bad game, like he did, even when I watched him in the Portuguese Cup, sorry, he was having a poor game. Every time he got the ball, right, he had a few chances, but he's very wasteful in front of goal. But look what happened when it really mattered. He had that one moment of brilliance, and he won that penalty for them, and he scored a penalty. So at the end of the day, this is what we need at Arsenal. We need that when the pressure's really on, like it was for him in the Sporting game, in the cup, he stepped up, and that's what we need. Like, that's what I've been criticised of people like Havertz, for example. All right, in terms of him being that striker last season for Arsenal, when it really mattered in these big games, Havertz for me didn't turn up enough. You think about the FA Cup against Liverpool. You think about the FA Cup when we got knocked out by Liverpool last season. You think about the Champions League games, for example, with Havertz. The Porto game, the Munich game. These types of games, Havertz wasn't stepping up enough, and he's very, he had a good purple patch last season against Tottenham and Chelsea when we beat them 5-0 and Tottenham 3-2, and he's on some good form, and the goals against Brentford, but we all knew Havertz was brought in anyway to be left eight. Obviously, I still stand by the fact that we haven't actually replaced Aubameyang yet as a striker. We're still not replacing him as a striker. How many windows have we had since Aubameyang? People talk about Jesus was meant to be his replacement. I don't see him as the Aubameyang replacement, Jesus. I think he's a completely different type of player than what Aubameyang was at Arsenal. And in terms of like a natural clinical striker, Jesus has only scored 15 goals, and that's his highest he's ever got in his career. His highest goal tally was 15 goals. He's not a guy who really is that prolific clinical striker that people like Aubameyang was he? Jesus I thought was a very good player when we first signed him, but what killed Jesus was the injuries. People, to be fair, like the pre-World Cup Jesus, we was like, what a player we got on our hands. But then the injuries happened, and he's not been the same player since the end of the day. So I still stand by the fact that we're not even replacing Aubameyang. There's quite a few players we're not even replacing in this team yet. It's madness. And I look at Gyökeres. I think he screams to be that guy. He really does. People talk about Nunes coming from the Premier League. Nunes was not producing this type of goals. Yeah, I said this the other day. It's not like Gyökeres, yeah, is 20 goals a season in the Portuguese league. 30 goals. Bro, this guy is just taking liberties of it, man. He's quite clearly too good for that league. He's quite clearly too good for that league. And at the end of the day, I think he comes in and we absolutely thrive as well with him. And the whole deal for me makes perfect sense. Berta's came in and he's wanted this guy. Berta's wanted this guy since his days at Atletico. Berta seems to be the guy pushing for the move, but you still got Arteta sitting there and saying that, no, he wants Sesko. And at the end of the day, this deal makes perfect sense because the overall price of the deal as well, people, yeah, is going to be less than what we're going to pay for Sesko. The overall price of the deal is going to be 55 million. That's what he's agreed with Sporting to leave. They would accept, which is quite. I'm surprised they're accepting this little for a player like Viktor Gyökeres. You think about the season he's had, right? Gyökeres would be around for me, sort of like an 80 million, 85 million player. But the fact that Sporting are willing to get rid of him for 55 million is an absolute bargain. It's going to be cheaper than what that would pay for Sesko anyway. So at the end of the day, this deal for me makes absolutely perfect sense. And, for me, Gyökeres is that perfect striker that we've been missing for many, many years. And I really hope Berta, we can, Arteta and Berta can agree to sign Gyökeres, because that's a bit of a concern I have. Arteta is still trying to finesse his way. He still wants Sesko. And we spoke about Sesko the other day. Why does Arteta want Sesko? Because number one, he's wanted him for at least 2 seasons now. But number two, because he can force his boy Havertz back into the team. Because Sesko's younger, he's more, less proven in my opinion. Sesko's a good player, but he's more or less proven, and it will settle, I think, at 21 years of age and a lot more younger. So he can just rotate him and Havertz around. When you got a guy like Gyökeres, Havertz ain't getting nothing in this team, people. And we know that whole Havertz signing for me completely washed it all up. In terms of the wage bill up as well. Because Havertz on 275 grand, 280 grand a week, right? That whole signing alone really, really sort of played a big effect on what we're dealing with this season in terms of the players we're going to sign, but also the players we want to keep as well, people, right? If you think about Saliba, if you think about Saka, if you think about Gabriel, these types of players like on contracts, right? Their agents can sit there and say because Havertz on 290 grand, is it 280, whatever it's on, yeah. The point is Havertz on way too much wages that he should be on. Saliba can say, hold on a minute, if Havertz on that much, yeah, 200 and whatever, right? Saka can say the same thing. We're gonna have a wage bill with players that'll be 300 grand a week or more. That's where it all comes down from whose idea is it to put this Havertz on this much wages, people. It's madness. But anyway, apart from that, Gyökeres for me is a perfect deal. The price tag is phenomenal. The wages are completely fine. Everything about it for a player like Gyökeres is this deal we have to get over the line. We've got to get it done. Man United don't seem to be in the race for him. But I would be concerned if there's other teams in, right, for Gyökeres. Like if it's Liverpool, for example, if it's Barcelona, for example, because Barca need a striker, don't they? Lewandowski, I mean, this could be his last season. I don't know how old is he now. He's like, he will be wanting to move very, very soon. They're going to be looking for replacements. If other teams in there, then this is where we could have the sort of like the battle to sign Gyökeres. But at the same time, it doesn't seem there is that many teams in for him at that moment, other than Man United and Arsenal. So we have to wait and see how this one does develop, people. Make sure you do hit like buttons up. Make sure if you are new, you do subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're going to read some comments right now. That is the current latest news of Gyökeres, guys. And now, obviously, he said, this is his last game was against Benfica. That was his last game for Sporting. Apparently, we didn't go in for any deal for him. Nobody went in for him because it was showing respect to his last game, and that's why apparently we're not done it earlier. But now I expect the season's done, people. Right, the season's over for Gyökeres, for Arsenal. There's no more games for Sporting now. Now this is where we expect this deal to start to move, people. Now we expect this deal to actually happen because and we need to act fast as well. So we have to wait and see. But let's big up the chat as always, people. Big up Top Gunner. Good afternoon to you, mate. Hope you're doing well, my brother. Yes, guys, make sure you do smash up the like buttons up, people. That'd be greatly appreciated as well. Nathan's in the building, says, is Gyökeres confirmed? It's not confirmed at the moment, my friend. It's just all these rumors at the moment. What we definitely do know is he's leaving Sporting, but it's where's he going to end up is a question as well. Big up Cooper in the building, my brother. Hope you're good, Cooper. Hope you're well. Big up Josh, the goated community. Please hit the likes and subscribe. Bless up to you, Cooper. Yeah, guys, if you want to join the community, Cooper will tell you, people, subscribe, like, greatly appreciated. How many? Big up 50 likes already, man. Let's go. I tell you what, let's go 70 likes today. That'd be greatly appreciated, people, as well. And make sure you get your thoughts in down below as well. Big up to Arsenal 04 as well. Big up to Jordan. Hope you're doing well, Jordan. Big up to Rory as well. He says, whatever it fucking takes, please just get it done. 100%. 100% agree, mate. There as well. I want Gyökeres. While you guys are finally getting a striker. Yeah, exactly that, bro. Exactly. Finally getting this guy will be, as I said, the proper Aubameyang replacement, people. Still don't think we've replaced Aubameyang yet. It's crazy to say that as well. Big up to Godfrey in the building. Hope you're good. Hope you're doing good as well, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Is that logo, by the way, Godfrey? Is that South African team? Kaiser Chiefs. I swear I know them for South Africa, but big up to you, Godfrey, my brother. Hope you're doing well, mate. Lucas self-promoting again, people. Good afternoon to Guna Gathering as well. An absolute amazing channel. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to Guna Gathering right there as well. Bless up to Yadif in the building, mate. Every single time. Hope you're good, Yadif, brother. Bless up KT, my baller, bro. KT should be staying. He should be staying, KT. But listen, he's going to go back to Celtic. He's going to smash it there. KT was a proper left back, yeah, proper left back. Just because he couldn't invert, what Arteta wants in his left backs, that's why he's going. But I said it earlier, like Arteta has really never rated KT. Let's sort of forget he was a big part of why we won the FA Cup as well. He's in that team, balling out. He's one of our best players when Arteta first came in as well. Let's not forget that, people. And it's such a shame that he's moving on. But we wish him all the best as well. Bless up to KT, man. Proper left back. Proper left back there as well. Big up to Julie in the building as well. Hope you're doing well, Julie. Hope you're well, Julie. Big up to you every single time. I'll be happy if either Sesko or Gyökeres are both equality. Listen, for me, there's definitely a preference. And actually, Gyökeres for me, my brother. And I agree with you. I think Sesko's a good player, man. Sesko's a good player. I'm a lot of people called him crap. A lot of people say he's not good enough. Well, a lot of people say he's awful. I don't think he's awful as a player, Sesko, but I just see him more as a project player. Do you know, like a player that would have been good. The players that we signed in 3 years ago, when we was, that type of team where we was apparently in the rebuild and all this, right? These types of play, like Sesko would have been good there. But now we need a player for me that needs to come in and hit the ground running, improve and get us over the line, win us a league title, win us Champions League. That's the striker we've been missing. I just don't see Sesko as that guy, unfortunately, man. I don't see it. I'm not. It's not calling me. I'm not calling him a bad player. But if a player like Gyökeres is out there, I've clearly got a preference, people, and it's definitely Gyökeres over Sesko personally. We need players coming in, hit the ground running straight away. And yeah, it's a risk anyway to sign Gyökeres because it happens Premier League. He may not come in and hit the ground running, but it's better than signing Sesko. I already see as a more raw player. It's not calling him a bad player, but he's a player that's I don't think he's proved himself as much as Gyökeres has personally. And we've gone past that now. We need players now. We need to win now, people. We need to win now. Big up Jose as well. Big up Lou as well in the building. How you doing, my brother? Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing good, bro. Yeah. Just to end the whole the whole saga with just sign them both, innit? Just sign them both. Bin off Havertz, bin off Jesus, and get Sesko and Gyökeres in, people. Gyökeres will come. Arsenal a huge club. The only way he doesn't come if Arteta goes for Sesko instead, I think. But other than that, I think he'll come. I'll pay him like 200 a week, just like Kai. Listen, I think, as I said with Kai, he should have never been on that much wages anyway. Not at all, people. He can't join United. Big up to Beats and Vibes. Nah, he won't join United anyway, bro. He won't join United at all. I'll be very surprised. For him as a player as well, I'll be very surprised. And I know Man United are one of the biggest clubs in England, based on history and based on that. But look at their current situation, man. I know it's his ex-manager, but look at their current situation. 150 grand a week. I play Chuck for 10K. I'm 67 now. Big up to you, bro. Is he on 275? That's madness, bro. Big up to Kin, bro. Hope you're good, man. I did. And I'm all for Julian Alvarez, bro. I love that guy. That guy's an absolute baller. Yeah, I did see that links. I don't know how true they are, though, obviously. But Alvarez, for me, is an absolute baller, mate. Yeah, he's absolutely top class. I really wanted us to sign him even when he left Man City. But listen, you never know with Alvarez, people, because Berta signed him from Man City to Atleti. Berta, go back to Atleti, right? Get Alvarez, bring Simeone with you as well. Why not? But nah, Alvarez for me is a top player, mate. Yeah, absolute top player. Really love watching the guy. I was very jealous when he's at Man City. I was like, I would love Alvarez at Arsenal one day. And then he went at Atleti, and at Atleti he's balling out, scoring goals for fun. I don't know if you guys did you guys see his free kick the other day against when they played I think they played Real Betis, right? His free kick was phenomenal, people. Absolutely phenomenal free kick. But yeah, he's top player, man. And he can play different positions as well. Striker, out wide, just behind the striker as well. I think Alvarez will be a fantastic sign, and I really do. I just don't see us going for him, though, personally, man. Unless if we miss out on Gyökeres, then maybe. But then if someone miss out on Gyökeres, I just see us going Sesko, bro. That's the thing. But if it wasn't Gyökeres, then yeah, for me it would be Alvarez all day long, mate. Because he's top class. He won't join United. No, sorry, can't get my words out. No European footy next season. All sorts of shit. Old Trafford. Facts, bro. Big up Gruner Gathering. Absolute facts. Shout my boy. Yo, Abs, what are you telling me, my brother? Big up to Waffle TV, guys. Make sure you go check out Ab's channel there as well. An absolute real one. Always keeps it real. Shout out to you, my brother. Bless up to you, Abs, bro. Hope you're doing well, mate, as well. Um, I was going to Julie, but I was thinking at the same time, it's because it has music in the background. It has all like the like Sweet Caroline and what's the other songs? Like it has Sweet Caroline and We Are the Champions, yeah. Um, it's gonna get copyrighted. So there's no point of posting because they just copyright me. So I'm gonna try and put music above it, maybe, or copyright free music, and then post it like that. So that they should be out today, maybe, man. But yeah, they should be out maybe this evening, if I do get the chance, definitely. Gyökeres is a beast. He won't be bullied. Facts, absolute facts, absolute facts. Julie, he is a beast. At the end of the day. He is a beast. Everything. He's fit, physical, hold up play. I know that people talk about the concern with the aerial, like he doesn't score enough headers, but I don't really mind, to be honest with that. You know, everything else he's top class at. Hit the likes and subscribe if you haven't already. Big up Cooper, bro. Appreciate that. Coventry was a beast. Gabriel TV, big up to you, Gabriel TV. Gyökeres and Lookman, loads of work for Arsenal. Yo, Lookman's a brilliant shout. Yeah, he really is. Lookman, been in. See, the thing with Lookman, we all remember him in the Premier League. You know, he's at Everton, Fulham. Who's the other team? Leicester, wasn't it? Yeah, he was up. Didn't really hit the ground running at any of those, but he was more younger player then. Now look at him. He's had 2 years to develop under Gasperini, under a very good manager, under a very good team of Atalanta, and he's been absolutely phenomenal, man. Absolutely phenomenal in the Serie A to watch this season. One of the best informed winners out there as well. And we all remember that Europa League final, don't we? When he single-handedly dunked on Leverkusen. You know how it is. So yeah, Lookman's a very, very good player, man. I want Rodrigo over Lookman. I love Rodrigo as well, bro. People asking about what's happening with Rodrigo. It's pretty similar to what we've been saying recently with it, people. Is that he is going to be he might be leaving Madrid in the summer. But what I saw the other day is Arsenal don't want to pay his wages. Arsenal are still hesitant on paying. Obviously, the fee on top of the wages, I think his fee is like £80 million, right? That's what Real Madrid, anything less, they won't sell him for 80 million. It's 80 million minimum, I think. That's what they'll sell him for. And then the wages that you got to pay as well. It's like 10 million a year, 10 million euros a year or something. Is it 10 mil a year? Yeah, I think it is something along those lines. I also don't want to pay that. Smash the likes and subscribe, guys. Big up Jordan, bro. He makes our guy look like a stick insect. Facts. Nah, I saw a picture of. I think when he's got a winner, bro. He's built like a tank, bro. Gyökeres is built like a tank. It's madness. He's done it in Europe, exactly, Julie. Yeah, he has. Again, look, I know Man City were poor at the time, but man literally bagged a hat trick, dunks on them, and even against us, he spun Saliba on the halfway line, bodied Kiwi on, and hit the bar wherever it was. You say that Xavi said he wants. Oh, there we go. Then there we go. I didn't actually see that, Kim, bro. Apparently, Alonso wants him to stay. Championship, yeah, it's a very tough league, and like you look at the players that come from the league as well. You know, a few of the Brentford players like Tony Watkins. I think Bale, didn't he? He came from the Championship as well. Gareth Bale. There's quite a few examples of players coming down from the Championship and doing really well in the Premier League. Okay, maybe not all of them, but majority they come from Championship and they do really well. They become well-established strikers, or players. But yeah. Big up to Jack in the building as well, mate. Hope you're doing well, Jack. You never walk alone. Big up to you, Jack, as well. He's dog in Championship, facts. Big up to Neil Gunner, FA Cup against United. Yeah, you're talking about Havertz as well. Exactly, bro. There's another one. There's another example. That's my thing with Havertz. People can gas him up because he scored against Tottenham and Chelsea last season. But when it really mattered when the pressure games were on, this guy didn't step up. He was too inconsistent, and we knew that when we signed him anyway. And Arteta forced him into left 8, never working out. He did half decent as a centre forward, but it wasn't good enough at the end of the day. because he wouldn't step up in the bigger games. I think Arsenal want Leao due to their links. I saw that as well, bro. See, Leao's an interesting one because I've watched him a lot this season for Milan. He just screams to me he's another Martinelli. Like Martinelli, I I feel for Martinelli this season. I feel like, under a different manager, Martinelli would thrive. That's the concern. If you want to sell Martinelli, yeah, imagine him under like going to Villa or back with Emery, for example, or going to a different club like that. Marley for me would thrive. I feel like he's not using him correctly until, and it's down to him as well. I think confidence, he's becoming too predictable on the win as well, Martinelli. But I love to see him as a striker more, Gabriel Martinelli, right? When we signed him, we played him as a striker and he was then scoring goals and he's got that pace as well. And you've seen him a few, how direct he can be at times as well. But Leao, I just like, when he turns up for me. He's not consistent enough. He's so inconsistent at times, man. And it's just very similar. When he gets to the final third, he's all flashy. But when it comes to the end product, when it really matters, he ain't got any of that, really. He ain't got any of that. And he can have a good game here and there, but he's just so inconsistently out for me. Then a few years ago, yeah, I would have taken him. A few years ago. I think when he burst onto the scene. But recent times, and to be honest with you, Milan as a club are in a proper... They've won a trophy this season, but they're still in a proper mess. Like, everything about them is a proper mess, to be honest with you. But still, there's still other players outperforming him anyway. Like Reiners, for example, yeah? Even though Milan are in a big mess, right? Reiners is still an absolute beast this season. So there's no excuses, really, for that. Leao, for me, I think is very... I don't know, overrated, in my opinion. I think there's better winners out there than Leao. I rate Lookman over Leao, personally. But that's just me. He is a monster. Yeah, he's a tank. He's a monster. He's a beast. That's what he... Big up to Fred. I just don't know why it's taking so long to get this guy. Imagine getting us 20, Saka 15, Oda 13, Rice 10, and Havertz 10. We'll win the league, bro. Yeah, talk about how many goals. 100% we would, bro. No Sesko, no Sesko, no Sesko. The service he'll get at Arsenal, we could have had a golden boot winner next season. Exactly. Big up to Rich 99 Arsenal. I'm new to the channel, just like my own channel in January. Oh, nice one, bro. I'll give you a sub, man. I'll drop you a link in the chat if people can go and subscribe to you, man. I'll definitely check out your channel. Appreciate you tuning in, Rich. 3 seasons no striker. We should not be looking at potential with the likes of Sesko. We need 3 new attacking players. Bro, you're spot on there, man. You're spot on. That's the thing with Sesko. I ain't calling this guy a bad player, but these types of players, he's still very raw, Sesko, in my opinion. Yeah, he's not proved it. All right. And again, people say he's got potential, but as you rightly said, we've gone past potential players now. We need players coming in and hit the ground running. We can get over the line, people. We need to win now. And that's a risk signing Sesko as well. But yeah, big up to you, Rich, mate. I'll definitely just check out your channel as well. There we go. Big up Cooper. Yeah, 102 goals in 92 games for Sporting. So this ain't no Darwin Núñez type stats like it was again in the Portuguese league, right? People gassed up Núñez and he went for what, 70 million or whatever it was, because he scored over 30 goals in the Portuguese league. This is new. Gyokeres, 102 goals. No other. These types of numbers, no one's out. These numbers are crazy, Clearly quite too good for that league. What else he's got to do to really prove himself as well? Okay, come in and hit it in the Premier League, but people don't want to sign him because they don't think he'll hit it in the Premier League. He's done everything he can. Big up Josh in the chat. Big up to you, Chelsea fan, my brother. How's it going, Chelsea fan? What's happening with you boys as well? I've seen a lot of links about you guys signing some strikers, maybe. I know it's like every single year for Chelsea, but big up to you, Chelsea fan, as well. Number 14 shirt. Listen, nah, not for me. Mate, retire the number 14 shirt. It's bad enough giving it to Eddie Nketiah, mate. You know what I mean? Like, for me, these types of shirts, because other teams do it, yeah. That number 14 shirt is Henry's, yeah. I would honestly just retire it. Other teams have done it. Like, we made that awful mistake giving it to Eddie Nketiah, people, to be honest. That should have been retired a long time ago. Because that's Henry's shirt, man. Let's be honest with it. I can't even lie. Kwame, how's it going, Kwame? Hope you're doing well, mate. Big up to you, Kwame. Good to see you as always, bro. Real monster of a player. He is 100%. Do we know for sure Mikel Arteta wants Sesko? Not heard them words for him. No, we don't know for sure, but if you believe David Ornstein and Fabrizio and these you know journalists who everyone believes, this is what they come out and said. And I know they get things wrong, but it wouldn't surprise me because Sesko was heavily linked with Arsenal in the summer, not in this before the Euros, and he rejected every club is in for him, and he wanted to stay at Leipzig. And again, he was linked with Arsenal in January. We still tried to push for a move for him, and obviously we didn't pay the price tag for him. 70 million. We was never going to do that in January. We couldn't even want to buy Watkins in January. So it's been proven that we've been very interested in Sesko, but that is what's came out from these journalists saying that Arsenal are torn between the two, Sesko and Gyökeres, and Berta seems to want more of Gyökeres. Berta's been pushing for Gyökeres since Atleti days, and he wants him at Arsenal. And Arteta is still assisting to sign Sesko at the end of the day. So yeah. But yeah, of course, he's not came out and said that himself, and it's transfer, it's rumors, isn't it? At the end of the day, you can't take anything. You got to take everything with a pinch of salt, really. Arteta will put him back into the midfield. You want about Havertz? Probably, bro. Yeah, probably. Because even he knows as the manager, he splashed 65 mil. He's got to make it work out. It's not worked out, has it? There's rumors Arsenal representatives met on Saturday in Lisbon, but also hearing Gyökeres' uncle said he might stay. I heard that as well, Rich. I heard that as well. I heard his girlfriend came out and said his girlfriend wants him to stay in Sporting because they don't want to move and all that stuff, really, or something along those lines. I don't know the full detail of that, really, but yeah. Arteta wants to protect Havertz. Exactly that, bro. 100% agree. Even if we sign Gyökeres, Eze, and Zubamendi, for instance, I doubt Arteta. That's my point as well, really. With the manager, I said that all I had to say about the manager this season. He's not got us over the line, and that's the big thing with Arteta. I don't think he's the guy to take us to the major honours personally. Yes, he's done a good job to get us back up there competing, but I've said enough. I'm with you, bro. You just pray with Gyökeres, with his top proper striker. But even so, Arteta's had plenty of windows to address this, and he's not done it. So I just think with a manager, when the pressure's really on, we can't deliver, and it is what it is with that. Bless up Waffle as well, mate. Abs legend. Jason, he's not coming. His family convinced him to stay put. We are getting Sesko. Arteta loves him, typical Arsenal. It wouldn't surprise me if we do get Sesko over Gyökeres, bro. But I don't know about what his family is saying. And again, I heard about his girlfriend coming out and say something similar to what you just said there, but a lot of people saying he's definitely even Sporting as well, though. Guy's a flop. Yeah, he is. Of course he is. How about Arteta's favourite, just like Odegaard? Facts. Havertz was a mistake signing and he slowed Arsenal's progress since. Yeah, that whole signing was an absolute disgrace. To spend 65 million on a guy that's we saw at Chelsea scored 19 goals in 3 years, right? So then putting on that amount of wages has completely ruined everything. There aren't many teams in for him because technically he's not that good. I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that. Yeah, but as a striker, this guy, jobs to score goals, mate. His job to score goals, and he's proved that completely. Smash the like button. Big up to you, Cooper, bro. Gyökeres made for Arsenal, bro. 100% agree, Chelsea fan. With Arsenal having spent last few seasons back in the Champions League, I wouldn't have thought the wages would be a huge. Nah, the wages not. You mean for Gyökeres as well, right? Yeah. Big up Fred's in the building. Thank you, Rich, bro. Appreciate you, man. I'm definitely gonna check out your channel as well, my friends. And 100%. Maybe we can do some content as well, my brother. We need to get him signed, move to London, and settled in, ready for pre-season. 100%. We need to get business done early, man. Because I look at last season, the California one took ages, didn't it? Took like 3 weeks, 2 weeks to get done. Then Marino saga went on and on and on. Just get these signings in. I know Zermany's coming in early, which is good, but we need to get some more signed early as well. Other teams are doing it. Liverpool signed Frimpong. They're going to get Gyökeres and they're going to get Wirtz most likely as well. Good afternoon, Amara, as well. Hope you're doing well, Amara. Up the Gunners every single time. Please subscribe anyone who hasn't already. Yeah, facts. This is absolutely spot on. Yeah, this is why you want Sesko. He's perfect to Arteta to feed him all the BS phases, and he keeps and that's why so he can rotate with him with Havertz, and Havertz will keep playing. Arsenal should be. Solomon says Arsenal should be serious, but but what are they waiting for? See the Champions Liverpool? Yeah, 100%, bro. They're about to sign 3 players. It looks like already, and the windows not even opened yet. Gyokeres is the answer more than Sesko. 100% Gyokeres is better than Sesko. I agree, definitely. Big up to you, bro, as well, man. We need Gyokeres. I'm from Nigeria. Big up Nigeria, bro. Big up Nigeria. Arsenal needs to move faster. Arsenal should be serious. This is what my only confidence I got with the window is our new director. People is Berta coming in. I'm really confident with Berta. I think he means business. He's got the CV as well. He's been at Atleti for over a decade. And look at the strikers that he's brought in. Look at the signings he's brought in, and look how successful he's been with Atleti. So that's my only confidence with the window. If we didn't have Berta, if we had A2 or flipping, even if we had Edu going into, I wouldn't be confident because every single window we never knew was required. How many windows do we say we're still a few players short? How many windows do we say we're not done what's required? But I think with Berta, I know it's so early days with him, but I'm confident with Berta. I really am, people. We ain't got time to develop no more players. Facts, Neil. Absolute facts, mate. 3 seasons, no striker, and we're still deciding where Liverpool. We're still deciding why Liverpool are signing great player and City are going to sign big players. Yeah, a lot of teams above us around us will definitely City. Look at what they did in January. They're gonna sign some big players in summer, some big players as well. Liverpool, as I said, are already making big signings. There's other teams around us who are making big signings as well. Spot on, 100% agree. Arteta can't bench Havertz. I know he can't. I know he can't. We need Gyokeres, please. I think Arteta's saying along the likes of recruiting process starts now on Sunday. I think it'll be very busy behind the scenes. Fingers crossed, mate. He's already built. He's never been injured in his football. That's true as well, Ben. That's good to see, man. Because we know what it's like when you come to Arsenal, though. Injury prone. Oh, mate. So many players get injured at Arsenal. It's crazy. It's happening. Gyokeres to Arsenal is almost done. Big up to you, Kevin. Big up Bailey as well. Big up to you, Josh. Big up to you, Bailey, mate. Hope you're doing well, mate. Big up to a world boss. Salute to you, Guna. Salute to you, man. I'm new here. Do you want to say that we made the same assumption with Isaac? No, this is a good point. Yeah, this is why I understand why people say this. At Isaac, no, we wanted him because again, he's not proven enough. And look, Newcastle snapped it up, and we called him project player, and he left us drilling for him. Sesko's a gem. Act now. Yeah, I understand that the point there. It's a good point that people have made because we did say the same thing with Isaac, but if I remember correctly, did Isaac really hit the ground running in his first 2 seasons at Newcastle? He didn't, if I can remember correctly. It's only recently people started bringing his name up, in the recent 2 seasons because of how he's been doing. But even when Newcastle signed him, he struggled with a bit of injury, didn't he? And if I can remember correctly, that season when they signed in 2022, wasn't it? He didn't really hit the ground running straight away, that I can remember. So that's why the flip side of that is Newcastle was willing to wait. I think Newcastle brought him and then he developed, and now he's the player that he is. But now we're at a point where we can't take the risk of signing these project players because we need to get over the line next season. Sorry, but it's a good point, to be honest, and I do hear where you're coming from. Sesko is good in tight spaces, just like Haaland, but Gyökeres is full of power and break line through transition. That's how he play. Bring Gyökeres and watch Odegaard shine. That's another good big up Lloyd, by the way, every single time. My absolute brother. Bless up to you, man. That's another thing as well. We need Odegaard back next season, man. All right, because this season he's been absolutely awful. He's been awful, people. There's no pillar footing about it. He's been absolutely awful. He's been absolutely shocking. So we need him back next season. Otherwise, if Odegaard has another season that he did this season, right, it ain't gonna be looking good, people. It's not gonna be looking good for him, and we got our serious questions about Odegaard. Static says, Josh, no, sorry, Sesko is definitely not a good player. He's very average. I've watched him many times. He's good for Leipzig, Freiburg, or Dortmund, not for Arsenal. That must win the league. But that's what I've sort of said, bro. I've said he's not good enough for Arsenal. I said he's not, for me, not going to be the guy to take us over the line. But as you rightly said, he's good for Leipzig. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not calling him a shit player. He's good for Leipzig. Yeah, those types of teams. But I was saying, like, he's not the guy. He's not good enough for me to take us over the line. But big up to you, Sack, though, every single time, man. And look, you've watched him more than me as well, so there we go. You'll know. But I'm at a point where, again, he's just more of a project player, and Gyökeres is not. Gyökeres is clearly more proven than Sesko is. So Gyökeres is a beast. He's an established player, and that's what we need. Facts, bro. Absolute facts. Gyökeres is the man. Absolute facts. Static as well. How many likes we're on, by the way? We're on. Yo, you lot are smashing it, man. 112 likes. Bless up to you lot, people, man. 112 likes. Let's go for, I'll tell you what, you guys smashed it already, man. Thank you all for that. Thank you all the likes, people. It means so much to me. And appreciate everyone tuning in and leaving your comments as well. It's great to get involved. I know sometimes we may not agree with each other, guys, but that's what it's all about, isn't it? We can be respectful, have our opinions, and then, we can debate. It's what it's all about, people. So big up everyone, man. We've invested in goalkeepers, defense, and midfielders. Now we need serious investment in our attack. 3 attacking players needed. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Absolute facts. Look how many goalkeepers signed, how many left backs we signed. Now it's time to go more with the attacking players, because we're still missed out more on how many times have we been crying out for a backup for Saka. Yeah, I'm not talking about Reece Nelson. Nelson was, he came in, not a bad player, but he wasn't good enough to back up Saka, people. He's not good enough. When you're giving competition, no one's giving Saka competition on that right-hand side, yeah? And then the worst case to us, we brought in Raheem Sterling, but every single window, we're just crying out for a backup for Saka. Never got done. Every single window, we're crying out for a striker. Never got done. We signed Havertz, we signed Jesus instead, right? And now we're even talking about on the left-hand side as well, because of how poor Martinelli's been, because of how poor Trossard's been this season as well, we now need more competition for the left-hand side as well. So the attack has not been invested whatsoever. And I'll even go as far as saying, even for a backup for Odegaard, because we got rid of Smith Rowe and we never addressed that situation as well. I know people want to talk about Wanyeri, right? Being that guy. But clearly, this guy's, for me, not even getting enough minutes. 5 minutes off the bench against Palace, 5 minutes against the PSG, 5 minutes against these types of teams, right? He needs more minutes, Wanyeri. I know he played, he started against Southampton, but I'm talking about in the actual bigger games, he didn't get enough minutes, for example. So we never really had a backup for Odegaard. So the whole attack, as you rightly said, it's been all invested in defenders, all invested in midfield, in goalkeepers, and the attacking positions, they've been very limited in terms of how much you spent there. And believe it or not, bro, we have to go and sign another goalkeeper now. We have to go and sign probably another defender as well. After spending how many defenders and goalkeepers? No, of course, Stag, bro, of course. As I said, Stag, I don't think he's good enough for Arsenal. That's what I meant, bro. That's what I meant. But big up to you, bro. Chelsea made Ben says Chelsea made Kai Havertz's wages higher. That's why he's on. Yeah, well then this goes to the point. Why go and buy Kai Havertz then? Why? What was the thinking? What's the logic in going and goes by 65 mil to even go for Kai Havertz then? There was other players available. It's not like Havertz was the only option. Fair enough, they made his wages higher, but still, what was the logic of signing Kai Havertz then? Gyökeres is so clinical up front, 100%, bro. Big up Kwame. I'd go Alvarez to replace Martinelli. Gyökeres is a striker, and Wemo love that, bro. Yeah, that's a very, very good attack, isn't it, bro? Very good attack. You get someone like Mbeumo, knows the league really well. I think 20 goals this season would be a really good signing. Alvarez would be incredible, and Gyökeres as well. That's really good, bro. I think Gyökeres said no to Man United. Yeah, and I'm not surprised as well, to be honest with you, bro. Big up to Adam in the building as well, mate. What are you telling me, Adam? Hope you're doing well, my brother. I saw that as well, bro. I said I saw that as well the other day. Apparently, the president said, yeah, he ain't going anywhere as well. Yeah, I did see that as well, man. It's a shame because Alvarez is a baller, absolute top player. Do you agree with 5 years? Yeah, I don't think that's too. How old is? I forgot about his age. How old is he now, by the way? Is he like? Ah, he's 26. Yeah, he's 26. Yeah, I think a 5 year deal was perfect, personally, bro. I really do. But yeah, he's 26, Gyokeres. Oh, the South African team. I'm an Orlando Pirates fan. Oh, nice one. Big up South Africa, man. I think I said that earlier, Nathan. I think he's too. I think he's too inconsistent. Honestly, I think there's better winners out there, in my honest opinion. Yeah, copyright's a real issue. It is, man. It is. What I'm doing. I'm gonna just add my own music over it, people. That's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm just gonna add my own music over it. My thoughts are Arsenal. Sorry, my thoughts are with Liverpool. Yeah, 100%. What happened yesterday as well is just people. That's why you can't take life for granted, man. Like it's scary. It's very scary, especially when a lot of teams do these parades. I mean, you had three at the same day. You had Arsenal women, you had Palace doing it, Liverpool obviously did it as well. Like just so scary how someone could just out of nowhere as well when everyone's just enjoying the occasion, everyone's celebrating. They're having a good time. There's lots of kids and all ages there as well, and some absolute bastard can go and do that. And also it's hard for like security, it's hard for police to even police that as well. What like a moving car like that is it's awful, man. And definitely faults and false guys, all that was injured, all that was affected over there in Liverpool as well. Really, really devastating scenes, man. Really devastating scenes. And you know what? The same thing happened when Barcelona played Espanyol the other day in the derby. A car literally did the same thing, just ran through a bunch of fans. It's devastating to see, man. It's absolutely devastating to see. YouTuber Walls this year. I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's usually I was happy that we made it last year, man. Thank you guys so much for last year, but yeah, I think it's usually like summertime, like the voting starts, man. But honestly, I was happy I got it last year. You I don't really mind about that, to be honest with you, Cooper. But bless up to you, man. Like I big up Wayne in the building. Bun Sesko, bless up to you, Wayne, bro. Josh, if we're gonna win the honors, it was gonna be because of Gyokeres. I agree, Kwame, brother. Big up to Oliver as well. Hope you're good, man. If that's the case, get both. Have Sesko. Yeah, exactly. Like, just why don't we just sit there? The whole saga is just sign them both, man. Just end this saga, people. You know how it is. It was horrible, 100%. Really, really, really devastating scenes there as well. Hopefully, as soon as the window opens, that's what I expect. 1st of June. Welcome to Arsenal, Gyokeres, but we'll see. There's a difference between scoring a hat trick and hitting the bar. Yeah, true, man. But at the same time, that was against Man City, bro. Man literally dunked on them completely. And have you seen anyone spin sleep like that, bro? I don't think so. Arsenal is that stubborn. He does things for his own benefit rather than for Arsenal. Sorry, I think he means Arteta. I can see him signing in Kunku Arasha because he thinks he can revive. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well, bro. That's what I was thinking as well. Just because Arteta can fix. We said the same thing with Havertz and Sterling and all these players. Arteta can fix them and all this. Like Arteta can resurrect them as well. Like turn it in, people. Turn it in. Yeah, spot on. Absolutely spot on. Gyökeres is my guy. Gyökeres is my guy. Release the Kraken. Facts, bro. I can't believe we have a manager what doesn't even know how to play a plan B. What the most other managers know how to do it. That's the big thing, bro. That's what I exactly said after PSG game. Manager only has one way of playing, and look how many times he's been sussed out this season as well, people. Right? How many times have we, especially when we play against these low block teams, he's not got it. He's not got a way to break them down. He's not got a way to break down these low block teams, and that's his kryptonite. It really is. Every time there's a formula to play Arsenal. Many teams come to the Emirates and do it, and they succeed from it as well. You know, I think the first team to do it was Newcastle. When that 0-0 game, look at the way how they played against Arsenal, yeah, and they drew 0-0, and we didn't like that. And teams have done it ever since, in my opinion. And he can't. He's honestly got when Plan A works, it looks phenomenal, doesn't it? You know, but he's not got a way to adapt, in my opinion. Answer, he really doesn't. He's a diver. There we go. There we go. So in terms of how reliable it is, as I said earlier, big up to you, Carlos. This guy, this Nico guy, he said he's got like 300k on Twitter, whatever it is, right? But when we signed Calaflori, he's apparently one of the first to report the Calaflori to Arsenal deal. That's what people were telling me. So I don't know. Obviously, take it with a pinch of salt, like all transfer rumors, bro. But he reported Calaflori and he got that one right. So we'll see. Hopefully, this one's right as well. Very close to 11k. Please hit and subscribe. It would mean a lot to us and Josh, proper legend. Thank you so much, Cooper, my brother. Bless up to you, bro. Yeah, anyone who's new watching, make sure you subscribe. We do daily Arsenal content on the road to 11,000 subscribers as well. 100% agree, bro. 100%. Yeah, that's exactly that as well, Oliver. He's got no end product. No, and that's no good. That is no good. People talk about, oh, he's flashy and all that. He's no, mate. End product is useless. There we go. You'd rather go for Rashford or Grealish over Leao. Yeah, I don't see it with Leao either. He's not confirmed, my brother. He's not confirmed, but people are saying it's close, and hopefully it is. Leao won't come to Arsenal. He's lazy, and Arsenal work as a collective, both in defence and transition attack. Big up to Lloyds. We need Gyokeres now. Zubi Eze in, yeah. Eze is a good shout as well. I take Mbeumo or Lutman or João Pedro over Leao. Absolutely, we should get Gyokeres. Big up to Cecilia because he's excellent. I agree. You asked. He's also more seasoned and experience. We should facts, bro. Absolute facts. Retire the 14 shirt. It was ridiculous giving it to Eddie Nketiah anyway. And people say, "Oh, it's only a shirt number, mate." No, for me, the shirt number is a big resemblance to Arsenal Football Club. You think about number 14 shirt, straight away you think of Henry. You know, you think about these numbers of shirts, you think of a player, and okay, not every shirt I'm saying retire, but Henry for me is arguably the great. People can have their opinion, but one of the best players to ever play for Arsenal. You got to retire that shirt. Other teams have done it. Other teams do it as well. You have to earn these big numbers. Yeah, facts. Just dishing out shirt numbers like to Eddie Nketiah for number 14 and all this. Like what? Gyökeres is the answer. Hokon should have a decent selling clause. Big up to you, Andrew, mate. Arsenal won't get Eze. Why not? What, do you not think we go for him? Or I think you want to come to Arsenal if we went for him, and I'd take him as well. Could play out the wide, could play attacking midfield as well. Very, very knows the league really well. Very, very good player. He's going to Napoli. Yeah, it's a good signing for Napoli as well, man. Very good signing. Bro, it's embarrassing. Like, he doesn't help himself. He does not help himself, the manager. And the thing what I don't understand is never he comes out and says it's on him. You know, for example, this season, okay, I know injuries can play the effects. Yeah, every team gets injuries, though, people, right? But I know we've been suffering injuries, but still, half the games this season down to Arteta, down to him, and he never comes out and says it's his fault. He never takes responsibility. So where's an excuse of Arteta? You know, and he doesn't help himself. Like, example, when he comes out against Newcastle, yeah, and then he blames the football, for example. The football didn't help. The football wasn't a problem when he's at Dunstone, was it, Arteta? It doesn't help himself, man. So sad is Manchester. You spoiled who takes things as a joke. They don't want to at first. Since they have talking, you can hear. I used to agree with Sir Alex. He mentions and deliver. Yo, big up to Aaron, man. Big up Aaron talks Arsenal. This guy's an absolute G. Guys, make sure if you haven't already, go and subscribe to Aaron's channel. He's killing it over there. Yeah. Aaron, bro, bless up yourself, man. make sure you guys go and sub to Aaron, because yeah, this guy keeps things real, and we have to do some content. We have to definitely sort out the collab, bro. I'd love to get you on the channel very, very soon, man. Maybe like this week, I'll give you a message or something, bro. But make sure you guys go and sub to Aaron, yeah? This guy's an absolute real one, yeah? He keeps things real, says how it is, right? Knows his stuff, all right? Go and check out Aaron's channel right there as well. I think he's already at 1K, so he's smashing it over there. Bless up to you, my brother. And hopefully we can do a collab as well very soon, my guy. Big up to you, Aaron, man. Isaac's is signing him ASAP as well. Nicholas, you joker. Bro, you're joking, surely. Is this real? Yeah, it is. It is. Share the link. Just type in transfer news on Twitter, guys. Transfer news live, and then it'll come up with, or type up this guy's Twitter, and then he'll come up there where you can find it there as well. Need Gyokeres now. Big up Mohammed as always, mate. I hear that, bro, and as I mentioned earlier, it's a good point to make. Okay, if he comes in, hits the ground running, then fair play. But then what if he don't? It's a risky end of the day. And we've gone past that, in my opinion, now. I need a top-class player. Facts. I think, do you know what it is? I think it's because how much he wants, bro, in terms of money. Wages side of things. No one wants to pay how much he wants wages. That's the thing. And I think he'll go Saudi, bro. But I'll go with Oshman for me is a fantastic player. I rate him very highly, but I think he'll go Turkey, not Turkey. He's been at Turkey. Saudi, he'll probably go, unfortunately, but he's a good player, man. Berta, what's Berta? I don't know what you mean. There, bro. But get over it, man. If I pronounce the name wrong, get over it. You know, it's not the end of the world, is it, mate? I don't know why that really bothers you, but cool. We don't need an average striker, but clinical striker. Gyökeres is really that guy. Big up to Cosmas as well. He can't deliver. 100% agree. Sesko is still raw. Yeah, that's a good shout as well, man. That's a good shout. Get Xavi Simons as a number 10 for a backup. Facts. Absolute facts, man. Simons is a very good player as well. I think Gyokeres will flop in the Prem, to be honest. I've seen him play a few times. That's fair. It's fair enough, man. That's your opinion, Drew, but I don't see it. Yeah, Aaron, I'll send you the link now, my guy. I'll send you the link now. Hold on. I'll send it to you on Insta, bro. 100%. Make sure you guys keep your like buttons up, man. We're going to get Aaron on as well. Window opens on Monday. This will indicate how much Arsenal will move in the market. 10 days to show us and do your thing. Berta to do your thing. Right, let me send the link over to Aaron as well, my guy. Good to get him on. Give me a sec. Is Emi Martinez come back to Arsenal? No, he's not. He's not, people. Nah, he's not. I don't know if he'll leave Villa. But yeah. Berta needs to take any power. Take the power away from Arteta for this team to win. That's why we kept getting defenders mid. Yeah, facts. And I look at it, yeah. If we get Sesko, right? I'm sorry, that tells me that Arteta has still got power there. Because Berta clearly is trying to get Gyokeres still. Right, Aaron, I sent you the link, my guy, on Instagram as well. Here in Coventry, Gyokeres is still worship playing. Big up Coventry, man. How good was he for Coventry? Because I know, look, he scored goals for fun, but did he actually play on the win? Someone told me the other day that at Coventry he played on the win as well. Get Eze as well. Big up Mohammed, bro. Eze. Oh yeah, of course. Eze was once a gunner, mate. Yeah, get him back. Get him back. Eze in the 10 as well. Do you think we'll get Eze? I hope we do. Oh no, I meant Gyökeres, Aaron. But yeah, there we go. Alvarez is younger, 25. You're getting Mamardashvili. Big up Josh in the chat. We're all good. Big up to you, Kivo Talks Football, man. I'm not bad. How about yourself, bro? Hope you're doing well, man. I've seen something different with Liverpool fans. They started. Oh, really? I didn't see that. Of course, that's poor from them, but still, for that guy, that fraud to do that, I don't condone it. There's no excuse for that whatsoever. There's no condoning that. Yeah, 100% Oliver, man. Is it valid? As I said, I mean, this guy reporting it, he got Calaflori, he got the Calaflori deal good. That was it. So I don't know, whatever you want, take it with a pinch of salt, man. I strongly believe it's the cause of Arteta brought about Edu to leave. Yeah, that's what I think as well. I think Edu saw that he had more power and he just went. I hope so, my brother. If Berta can get Gyökeres over the line, I'll happily to see who else he can help the team progress. Saying that, we'll still have the manager here, which will be the only downer. Facts, bro. Facts. I'm just not convinced with Arteta, man, at all, people. What? How we got any? If anyone is, then that's your opinion. But what's the confidence give you with Arteta then that he can get us over the line? Because every time we got to the big moments, he's not getting us over the line. Every time the pressure's on, every time, there's something to play for, and when something really matters, we fail. We fail, people. So I'm with you there for sure, man. Malia's in the building. Big up to Malia. I'm very well, thank you. I'm very well. And likewise as well. Hope you're doing well, Malia. Where'd I get my kit from? I bought it from Arsenal yesterday because I went to the women's parade yesterday. I got it there, bro. I got it there, Malia, for, can't remember, I think it was like 30, 35. But really nice though, yeah. It's like, I said it at the start of the stream, it was like 06, 05, 06 vibes with like the maroon. I really wish I do a home kit with this color again. Because, yeah, it was really nice as well. Does he have, nah, he played in, actually, he played for Brighton, I think. I think he played for Brighton for a little bit. Let me get my brother Aaron on, man. Oh, no worries, no worries. He needs to connect his thing. But yeah, let's just quickly change that around. Is all good?
Yeah.
How you doing, mate? You good?
Hey then, bruv. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you, my brother. Not too bad. It's good to have you first time on the channel as well, man.
No, you're all good, brother. Man, pleasure to be here. Like I said, you was having a little shimwag about recent stuff. Do you know what I mean? I thought I'd drop in, say hello, see my geezer smashing it. Good for you, brother. And,
likewise,
yeah,
man. Likewise. I mean, you already at 1K, bro. You're gonna overtake me soon, Aaron.
No. Listen, there's no competition, man.
Of course not.
I've never
Man.
really
Yeah.
looked at things like that. I always look at things as long as people are spreading the right message. That'll do for me.
Definitely, man.
As long as we're not cowering to all these nonsensical stuff, I'm all good for that, man. Do you know what I mean? We want to talk real stuff. We want to talk true stuff, factual stuff. And 100. You do that. Good for you as well, brother. Do you know what I mean? I'm buzzing that your channel's going good, man. Over 10K, you nearly at 11K. Come on, man. Chat, world class chat. What we saying here? Get this geezer to 11K double soon. What we doing here, man?
Bless up, my brother. Bless up, my brother.
Come on.
But yeah, Aaron, we've just been talking about this whole transfer news with Gyokeres and Sesko. I look at it this way, man. Like, there's only one clear preference for me, and it's Gyokeres over Sesko. We were saying that Sesko, for me, still very raw, still a project player. We need players that are going to come in and hit the ground running. Like I said it earlier as well. We still not replaced Aubameyang yet, have we, Aaron? Really?
Nah,
that's
mate,
the thing.
Do you know what the joke is? Yeah, with the Aubameyang thing is the only reason this manager is in the job is because of Aubameyang.
That FA
Let's
Cup,
get that right. Let's get it right. He scored 2 goals in the semi-final, scored 2 goals in the final, and then what does he do? Tola, get out the club, please. Tola, Tola, see you. Bins him instantaneously. The only reason this man has credit in the bank and still has a job is because of the FA Cup win. That Aubameyang won him, by the way. When did he leave? 3.5 years ago. Why have we not signed a striker since? Because people will say to you, Kai Havertz, well, that's funny because once he signed him, he said he signed a midfielder. So you can scratch that straight off the list. The only reason he's playing up front is because he realised he's crap in midfield. We know that because he don't play midfield anymore. And when he does play midfield, it's a car crash. What about Gabriel Jesus? He was a winger. He's never a striker at Man City. You know what I mean? He played second fiddle rather, when I start talking English, to one of the greatest Argentinian strikers and one of the greatest Premier League strikers of all time as well, so, Kun Aguero. Let's get that absolutely right. So he's never signed a striker. He never has. He signed Willian, not a striker. Signed Marquinhos, not a striker. Can I just say this as well? We've just let Marquinhos go on a free transfer. Did anyone give us 3.5 million?
Oh mate, we didn't keep what is it? Good relations apparently with flipping Sao Paulo. Like what a load of bollocks that was.
Did anyone want to keep good relations with us and give us 3.5 million? No, they just signed him for free. Come on, what are we doing here, man? That's madness, isn't it? When you start deeping things, like, and we're not even properly deep in it yet.
We're not.
It's frustrating, man. And you're right. We ain't signed a striker. Mikel Arteta hasn't signed a striker. He is neglected that forward line so badly in the hope that Martinelli will finally become the winger we all hoped he would be after 2.5 years ago. But just one second, Josh, we also need to remember that 2.5 years ago, in Martinelli's greatest season, he also tried spending 90 million of your finest sterling on who? Mudryk.
Yeah.
So we tried signing a left-handed winger whilst Martinelli was at his peak. So we've known we've needed a left winger as well. But have we signed one? No. So it's not just a striker position that is neglected. The whole attack is massively neglected. And that's why we find ourselves. Last year, goals for was how many? 91. This year, how many? 69. That's a 22 goal difference. 14 draws. We had 11 draws in our last 2 seasons, by the way. 14 in this one. What does that tell you? It tells you that 14 times this season we've been unable to best our opponent in terms of beating them. That goal scoring opportunity. And we've got 22 less goals than last season. If we ever need a bloody striker, there's the advertisement for it. And it's in statistical facts for it. I'll do it on my show every time. Regression FC.
Yeah.
What we doing here? It's frustrating. We need a striker, bruv. And hopefully that geezer to the right, Gyokeres, hopefully that is true because he is the informed striker. I don't want a project like Sesko, bruv.
Facts.
I don't want a project like Sesko. Arteta runs like your wife, bruv. I don't know if you've got a wife. I've nearly got a wife, yeah. and listen, I told her very early on, I am a wham. I've been with my missus 11 years, ladies and gentlemen, yeah. Been with her 11 years, yeah. And I said to her, I was like, look, I'm never going to change. That's that. Just settle with me. Mikel Arteta is like the wife that just wants to get a clause in and change her. Do you know what I mean? Get a changer. Yeah, we've got a changer. That's what Sesko is. Is a project. We don't want a project. We've had a project for the last 5.5 years, Josh.
Yeah. Facts, bro.
We've had a project.
Yeah, bro, you're spot on, man. Like when you talk about the attack as well, you're right. Like how many years we cried out for a backup or competition for Saka as well, and we bought obviously Sterling in the summer, right? We had Nelson there for a few years. He was never that guy to really give him that competition there, and then obviously we overplayed Saka. Games, what was it? Carabao Cup this season against flipping Preston. He started. Was it Bolton the other one? Yeah, these types of games, you overrun these players. We got no competition for Saka there. We've been crying out for a Saka backup for years now. Yeah, and then obviously, as you said with the striker, we brought in Havertz, 65 M's, 200 and flipping. How many wages is he on? 280 a week now.
280.
280 a week, and look at that whole signing has messed up everything with the whole wages as well. I said this earlier. Like you think about Saliba with a new contract, yeah. You think about Saka, Gabriel. If they see Havertz on that many wages, that agent can sit there and say, well, hold on a minute. That's Havertz. Look, we're talking about Saliba. Miles is more important. Miles better player. And they'll say, no, we want 300 grand, free, and that will completely mess up the wage bill.
Facts, mate. Do you know what? Everything you said is actually right. There's some people in there like thumbs of God in your chat that is an absolute retard, right? He's saying, what about Trossard? We've signed Trossard. He's not a striker. Like he's proper coming at me like I'm some sort of demented geezer. Thumbs of God. You clearly don't watch football. Trossard is the
Facts.
furthest thing away from a striker. Oh, clearly, unlike you, I watch football. Guess what? 4 years ago, Mikel Arteta is playing ESR as a false nine against Villarreal
Yeah.
in the semi-final of the Champions League. He's not a striker. Oh, guess what? He's playing Mikel Merino as emergency striker because everyone's injured and he caused it. Not a striker. Also, he plays Trossard up there. Oh, we've already said that. Not a striker. Gabriel Jesus, not a striker. Kai Havertz, he's even said he's not a striker. What is your problem? Like seriously, like thumbs of God, you're a thumb of retard, mate. Like, come on, like wake up, man. Like, what we doing here? Thankfully, the rest of your 168 audience is absolutely got their head screwed on. Thumbs of God, yeah. Thumbs of helmet, absolute knob. What
Yeah.
we doing here?
Yeah, facts, bro. It's mad. Like the thing is, people like these people, they just lap up everything, mate, and make excuses and excuses and excuses. And this is why, like we ain't going anywhere really in some, because we know this manager's staying as well.
Yeah,
And people just accept it, man. I've seen the excuses Aaron made for this manager yet again this season, bro. It's like it really frustrates me because we can,
yeah,
me, you, and majority of the chat can see it what it's like with Arteta, right? With not just on the pitch, but even the players that he's bought. Like I did the list the other day, 30,
yeah,
34 signings, 33 signings, right? I think I said
yeah,
about 6, 7 actually were success. After all that money spent, Aaron, and you sign what,
yeah,
6 players like that, it was actually successful. Something ain't right there, And at the end of the day, we know we're gonna give him more money to spend this summer. It's looking like Berta wants more. Our new director, who that's my only hope, really, Aaron, right? With
yeah.
Arsenal this summer is Berta because of his track record at Atleti. He's got a CV and he was very successful at Atletico Madrid. And he
Facts.
worked with Simeone and look how well they did, right? But it's saying like the report's saying that Arteta still wants Sesko, but Berta wants Gyokeres. Why can't we just give Berta, let Berta do what you let Berta cook, man?
Yeah, we listen. We've let Arteta cook for 5.5 years, and look what's happened. Nothing. Look what's happened. Nothing. But people will tell you, don't worry. We lifted the quarterfinal cup against Newcastle. We've got the quarterfinal cup against Real Madrid. We got that. But what happened when we got to the semi-finals? Everyone else. What happened? I'll tell you what happened. Oh, yeah. Newcastle took the piss out of us at home 2-0. Newcastle took the piss out of us away 2-0. PSG took the piss out of us at home 1-0 and then took the piss out of us away as well. We lost all 4. What does that tell you? What does that tell everyone in the chat? Now, when actually we get into the crunchness of the season, everyone goes missing. Everyone goes missing because we're not good enough. We are only good enough for the quarter-final because when we got to the semi-final, we didn't just lose in these tight little margins, guys. These fine little margins, guys. We got taken the piss out of by inferior teams. And one of them inferior teams was Newcastle, for crying out loud. But they'll say, oh, yeah, but we finished second in the league. So, second. 1999, 2000, 2001. What was that sandwich between, ladies and gentlemen? A double winning team in 98 and a double winning team in 2002. But what do I know? I mean, I only watched football in the 90s. I ain't got a Scooby-Doo what I'm talking about. Of course I haven't. We just talk about facts. And talking about facts, when you said about the players that we signed, 27 players that we've signed have been permanent signings, yeah? 27. Since Arteta signed, 27 have been permanent signings. I think you generously say 6 or 7 because realistically you'd maybe keep Raya, but he's upgradable. You'd keep the 2 defenders, of course you would. Saliba and Gabriel are mustard. Give them credit for that. Timber, buzz in. Then you're like, oh shit, Saka, he was already there. And then you're like, well, Declan Rice. I mean, you're stopping at about 5 there.
Exactly.
And if you want to pick a couple, I mean, who else do you sort of choose? Either way, in them 27 players that he signed, and by the way, he didn't sign Saka. There is so many that aren't good enough. So you can't even add Saka in there. So
you can't.
You're looking at 5. So when you're starting doing math and you're thinking 5 are good out of 27. So what are we doing? That's probably 1 in just over 5, like 5.2, something like that. We need about 10 players this summer. Realistically, let's just get that right. I'll tell you what we need. We need a backup goalkeeper. We need a left back. Why do we need a left back? Because for some reason he's let Kieran Tierney go.
Yeah.
Zinchenko's out. We need a right-sided centre back. Why do we need a right-sided centre back? I will tell you. Because when Saliba got injured 2 years ago, it completely derailed our season and cost us the league. Why has it took this manager 2 years to sign another centre back? That's right-sided, by the way. Considering it cost us the title 2 years ago, why has it taken us till this to try and sign one? We still ain't got one. That's worrying. So we need a goalkeeper, we need a left back, we need a right-sided centre back because that cost us the title 2 years ago. Yeah. So we don't know what Thomas Partey is going to do, but we need to replace Jorginho. We needed another centre mid anyway. We need a left 8 because Mikel Merino just ain't it. There we go. There's 6. We need also a number 10 because Martin Odegaard is shit. We need a backup for Saka. We need a left 8 and we need 2 strikers. That's 10. Okay. I'd settle for 5 or 6. So let's just say we'll settle for 5 or 6. Considering the last 5 years of statistics and what you've said as well, we want 27 players, but only 5 of them are good. That means under this regime, only one of them are going to be any good if he signs 5 players this year. It's just a statistical fact. That's what we've got history to go by.
Yeah.
What can we do here? Hopefully, Berta changes this nonsense.
Facts.
He has to change this nonsense because if he don't, and Mikel Arteta is allowed to rule the roost, guess what's happening? 1 player in 5 is any good. We've just gone through it. 27 permanent signings, 5 or 6 of them are good. That is a 1 in 5 chance that 1 player in 5 signings are any fucking good. That's a worrying statistic considering we're going into an extremely pivotal summer in the transfer window. Very, 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 very worrying. And we hope Bert's going to change it. How's he going to change it? Sign a fucking striker. Simple.
Absolute facts. Yeah, that like what you just said. What you just said there is absolutely spot on, Aaron, man. Because and how are we saying this after 5 years deep with this manager and all the money that we've spent, and we're talking about we need to sign at least 8, 9, 10 players. You know, I thought the rebuild was already done when he first came in. People were telling me we're having a not rebuild on top of another rebuild. People, it's mad, and that comes down to the decisions of the manager as well. Like you just said, with a left back, yeah, Teeny. Like I remember this as well. Do you remember when we had Nuno Tavares? Yeah, Teeny was fully fit on the bench week in week out, and he's playing Tavares over that guy. This manager's never trusted Kieran Tierney because what? Oh, because he can't do all the inverted stuff and all this. Tierney is a proper natural left back, yeah. He's got it all: defend, attack, leader, got that mentality. He's top class, and we're just letting him go back to Celtic like it's nothing. And then you got Zinchenko there still. You got Skelly, right? You don't get Skelly's done really well there. But even Jack Wilshere came out and said he's managed Skelly. He said he's a midfielder. He said he ain't a left back. So at the end of the day, that's another position. That's more holes we got to fill. As you said with the centre back situation as well, bro. Absolutely spot on. Once again, we splashed 40 mil for Calaflori, by the way, trying him as a left back. Why? The guy's a centre back. I've seen him enough for Bologna. I've seen enough there for Italy. But Arteta don't play him in his natural position. He plays him as a left back. That's more positions we got to fill. And then obviously we spoke about the attack and how we're not had a Saka back up. Now we need the competition on the left because Martinelli is not cut it this season. Trossard's not cut it this season. And the thing with Martinelli is when why I wouldn't sell him is because I feel like I reckon elsewhere under a different manager, Aaron, this guy would absolutely cook. And believe it or not, when we first bought him under Emery, played him as a striker a little bit, he was cooking there.
He was.
So
he was.
At the end of the day, there's and even with the midfield, Odegaard has been absolutely atrocious this season. I don't know what's happened to that guy, but we binned off Smith Rowe. For me, I don't see Arteta trusting Nwaneri enough as well, giving him 5 minutes in these big games. Why? So we need another position there as well. As you said, with a left 8. I know Xhaka was bad in he had one good season out of whatever it was. But
he had a good 18 months, didn't he? 18 months.
18 months. He's balling out in that left 8, and we still didn't get anyone else. We got Mikel Merino win.
And now we play him up front. But do you know what, Joshua? The problem is people will say, and let me do this. I do this on my channel all the time. I probably appreciate that there ain't a lot of people maybe in this chat. Maybe there's some of them that watch my content, right? So I'll do this. I'll do this because I enjoy doing this. So we've had 7, for some reason, 7 hamstring injuries. Now, for those that don't know, you get a hamstring injury. The most reoccurring injury or problem of why you get a hamstring injury is being overplayed. That is inarguable fact. That is just inarguable. Let's just end itself. We've got 3 of them are grade 3 tears, yeah? Grade 3 tears. Our last grade 3 tear, to put it into perspective, was Lucas Podolski. Lucas Podolski was sold over a decade ago, by the way. So now I'm giving you a timeline and a time frame for how regular these injuries are. We've had 3 of them grade 3 injuries this year, and then another 4 to accompany that. William Saliba's just found that out. Funny that also both of our centre backs are out with hamstring injuries. Why is that? Overplayed. We'll get back into that, yeah? Let's just keep back up into the theme of things, right? So we're overplayed, especially up front, because everyone sort of says, oh, yeah, but the injuries are unprecedented. Why are they unprecedented? I'll tell you why. At the start of the season, what did we at least need? We needed a striker this summer window, and we at least needed another winger. At least we'd have got a Gyokeres and Elise, would have been somersaulting. Yes or no? We would have been buzzing. We'd have been a lot better. Don't know if we'd have won a trophy or not, but we'd have been a lot better. So already we're 2 down because we didn't sign a striker and we didn't sign a winger. Okay, cool. So we let go ESR. We let whether you wanted to let them go or not is irrelevant. We let go ESR. We let go Nketiah. We let go Reece Nelson, and then we let go Fabio Vieira. There's 6 players in the attacking positions at the start of the season that we are down on. What did we do? We replaced him with Raheem Sterling, who, by the way, when we're drawing or losing a game, he brings on a central defensive player or a centre back. So almost that don't count. So already we're 6 players down, yeah? This is facts. You just can't argue it. It is what it is. Like it or don't. 6 players down. So we're getting attacking injuries, yeah, in terms of a hamstring injury. I wonder how they occur. So we're 6 players down in the attacking positions. So one of them goes down. Okay, Saka is the first to go, yeah? Bye-bye, Saka. That means we've only got 4 forwards left. 4 forwards. What does that mean then by definition? That one of them's gone, Saka, bye-bye, you're injured. So guess what happens? You have to overplay these 4. You have to overplay them. So it's almost like a nasty little circle. You've got to overplay these 4 players because Saka's gone down injured. Guess what happens next? You're overplaying them, and then you can't rotate. And these managers, by the way, the squad rotation is pathetic at best. Oh, guess what? Martinelli goes down. So now you've only got 3 players. Guess what happens? You have to play them 3 more. But guess what happens? When you play them more, they're more susceptible to a hamstring injury. Kai Havertz goes down. Oh, now you've only got 2 players. And it goes on and on and on and on. It can't just be displayed for the wingers or the strikers because guess what? We've got hamstring injury in the defensive part because we've got Gabriel on a grade 3. We've got Saliba on a grade 1. We've got Saka on a grade 3. We've got a striker on a grade 3. They are all over the pitch. So you can't just say, oh, he's overworking the wingers or he's overworking the attacker or he's overworking the defenders or this. It's all spread across the whole entire squad. What is the common denominator of that? The fucking manager. He hasn't got a clue how to squad build because he hasn't managed them very well. He hasn't brought in the adequate replacements to be able to do the change. When he is when he's in-game management, he's not rotating them well enough to give them safety minutes. Why was Saka playing in the games against Bolton? Why was he brought on 3-0 up? Why was he brought on? Why? Why is he staying on the field 5-1 up against Chelsea? Why is he staying on the field? He's not rotating them enough. There's too many minutes in the fucking legs, and guess what? They're getting injured of it. And this season has been the culmination of Arteta's extremely pathetic, poor management. That's what we're seeing now. We got away with it last year. We didn't have many injuries.
100%.
We got away with it. And guess what? We didn't win anything. And now it's all caught up with us this year. And we're wondering, oh, this season's just been unprecedented. No, it ain't. It's just been poor man management because this player don't care. Because guess what? There isn't a single scenario in existence where Mikel Arteta is 1, listening to the medical team, and 2, the medical team are giving them sound advice. Both of them things don't exist in the same fucking universe. So would you trust the medical advice given is correct? Yes, because if that's your answer is yes, Mikel Arteta ain't fucking listening to it. He ain't listening to
No.
it. Why have we got 9 players with 2 different injuries? It's farcical. It's farcical. Don't believe it. It's ridiculous.
Nah, bro.
Sorry, I'm going on.
Nah, bro. But you're
It's
spitting
ridiculous.
absolute facts, man. You're spitting out. This is what people will use that excuse about this season are the injuries, but you just completely, said all about that. There's no excuse for the injuries, people, right? Because as Aaron rightly said, it's the way how the manager using these players, and not just that. I'll add onto that as well. The injuries that we're receiving, right? Why is it as a player comes to Arsenal and they're so injury prone? Like, you know Thomas Partey, right? I look at his track record at Atletico Madrid. He was there how many seasons? Like 6 seasons,
A
right?
long time, yeah.
He missed, I think, 7 games. 7 games in the whole 6 years due to injury. Now look at him when he comes to Arsenal. And to be honest, he's been fit this season.
Yeah.
But when he first came in, year in, year out, injury after injury after injury. It's so, and these players are getting similar injuries as well. Like, I think Havertz got the injury in training, for example, because he's pressing too much or something.
Warm weather in Dubai, bruv. That's when he got it.
Training
in Dubai.
In Dubai.
Have you noticed how none of these injuries are horrendous challenges? You know, like do you remember Ramsey back in the day from Shawcross?
Against Stoke, yeah.
Fuck you, Shawcross.
Fuck you.
Sorry,
Exactly.
I can't help myself. It's not as if all of our players, like Saka, didn't go down for a horror challenge. No, he didn't. He's just been overplayed. By the way, 2 years ago, at 21 years old, let me tell this to your chat as well. He broke Paul Merson's record for most consecutive Premier League games. That shouldn't be lauded as a 21-year-old, an Arsenal player. That just shows how desperate you've been. Some could also counter the argument and say, oh, by the way, that also shows how good he's been. Why have we allowed a 21-year-old to rack up 84 consecutive Premier League games for Arsenal Football Club at 21 years old, and there not be some sort of issue around that? And they're also not... The signs were there. The signs were there. You're overplaying the geezer. Look what happened to Jack Wilshere is the perfect example.
Yeah.
He was overplayed. Guess what happened? He started getting all these little injuries. He started getting all these knocks. Look at Abu Diaby, albeit he got a real injury at the start of it. Did he recover? Thomas Rosicky, same injuries. Eduardo, same injuries. Once they start getting these little things, they never able to recover from them. I hope that we don't see this with Saka, because he's one of our best players. I just hope.
Yeah, that's the big concern, man. You know, he's definitely one of our key players, and when he's been playing, as you rightly said, like these pointless games, there's no need. Or if he even comes off the bench, for example, bro, and there's just no need for that. You know, like as I said, we've never had that backup, never had that competition there anyway, for him, which is again a big mistake recruitment wise. It's like, and we said this earlier as well. Why is his manager he prioritizes defenders, goalkeepers? How many goalkeepers have been on this manager, right? How many defenders? Like, there's something, for example, I rate Calaflori, Bologna. I was right with the signing, but did we really need Calaflori, Aaron, at the start of the window?
Yeah. Oh, guess what? As well. By the way, Bologna won the Coppa Italia this year.
They did. They did, bro.
Go.
They won the Coppa Italia. Yeah.
What did Calafiori do? We moved him, played him at left back. He's been injured for the vast majority of the season, and he reminds me of Andre Santos 1-on-1. Gets beat. He gets beat like Bonnie Blue. It's ridiculous, but it's unbelievable. It's 1-on-1 is a disaster, and it wouldn't have been such a disaster if we hadn't have spent the Gyokeres release clause money on Marino and Calafiori.
Yeah,
that's what we've done.
We did.
That's what we've done. Everyone's like, oh, I've heard a gal say the helmet a gal.
Oh my
He's
God.
like, he goes, oh yeah, you know, Arsenal didn't have enough money to spend on a striker this summer. Why'd you buy a left side of centre back, play him left back, and Marino with the same money that would have cost you to get Viktor Gyökeres through the door then? But they don't want to answer them questions, do they?
And what about when we sold Smith Rowe and Nketiah, Ramsdale for combined how much? 80 mil?
Yeah. I mean,
where's that money gone, man? Yeah, where's that money gone?
Why did we make money in this transfer window? Why did we make money? I thought we were a rich club. Where's all the world-class players that we were promised with the Champions League?
Is that with the Champions League? Yeah. Our Champions League get world-class players. That's what we got told. Yeah.
I don't know. Are they under the mic? I don't know. Where are they? Underneath the laptop? I don't know. They're nowhere, are they? Where are they? And then if the VAR's here, I don't know. And then if the bookshelf, I don't know. Are they under here between Ronnie O'Sullivan and Jordan Peterson books? I don't know. Where are the world class signings? I don't know.
Facts, bro. Facts. It's madness. But for you, Aaron, just in terms of like the striker situation, obviously Gyökeres, I agree with you, but I spoke about Alvarez as well today because I rate him so highly, man, from Atleti. You know, he's been doing so
Yeah.
well there. But for you, like, who would be your ideal striker? Would it be Gyökeres or would you like someone like Alvarez, someone like that?
Do you know what? I'm gonna stick to my guns and say Gyökeres purely because the guy's proven. He's shown the numbers over the last 2-3 years now. It's numbers that we need. He's scoring different types of goals, not loads of his head, but we don't really when we cross the ball, we don't really cross it well anyway. All right, some people might say from set pieces, but I mean, set pieces usually, especially from corners, coming from 6 yards out. If he's not going to score from there, then come on, it is what it is. I'm talking about whip balls in 18-yard box sort of headers. I'd have Gyokeres. Yes, I would. I'm not totally convinced about whether Alvarez is a 100% of a striker or not, though I do concede he does remind me a lot of Sergio Aguero, good old Kun Aguero. You'll
Yeah.
probably notice maybe I might contradict myself a little bit because I am decided. I'm just a little bit undecided on Julian Alvarez. His numbers this season have been wicked.
Nah, yeah.
He's putting good. He's putting solid numbers, goals and assists. I think 17 maybe in La Liga with double figures. Maybe I think in terms of assists as well. The Champions League forms, the goals are good. He's scored a good few goals. I think maybe 39ish or something like that, if I can recall right. I may be wrong, but I think he's scored a high amount of goals. At Manchester City, he knows where the net is because in the last season, the season before when they won the league, they nipped us to it by 2 goals. They was largely playing him as a number 10 or a false 9 behind Haaland because they had Kevin De Bruyne injured for a long time.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the point I'm sort of trying to make is I'm not 100% sold on if he's going to be the striker to go forward. But
Yeah, that's fair.
would I rather? I think to summarise my answer, would I prefer Gyökeres? Yes. But if we was to get someone in like an Alvarez, I'd be okay with it. I sit there and think he knows where the net is. If you look at his statistics, he knows how to find the net, regardless of what position he plays in. And that's what I want. Can someone for Arsenal Football Club put the ball in the bloody net? That's what I want. And Julian Alvarez, yes, I think so. Would I prefer Gyökeres? Yes. Would I be disappointed with Julian Alvarez?
No.
Absolutely not.
Facts. Just this guy saying fucking hell, bunch of league wannabes. Like, what? Wait, people don't like this. Is the truth. This is truth, man. People just don't like hearing the truth.
Yeah,
like what we said is spot on, man. Like, fine, call us a bunch of league wannabes. Like, that's the thing. People like as soon as you like criticize or say something bad about Arteta or the club on the all, you get called this.
yeah,
But it's reality. We're also a football club. Like, there's standards that we act like Tottenham at times, man. I'm telling you, people are just safe and are happy where we're back competing again. But there's the same energy didn't give the same energy for Wenger. When we were towards the latter stage for him and he wasn't getting us over the line in league titles, everyone saying Wenger out, and yeah, he had to go. But now, as soon as Arteta is acceptable to finish second, right, year in year out, and win nothing. At least Wenger was getting FA Cups towards the end. They for me, Aaron, because I know you're a lot older than I am. I've only seen. I've only seen Arsenal win the FA Cups, bro. But like those, I love the FA Cup. But Wenger was still, winning those, even though at his worst, bro. He won 3 and 4, man, at his worst. People just don't like the fact that they're scared of change, I think. And number 2, they're happy that we're back competing again. But you got to get over that line now, man. We're Arsenal Football Club. We're the reason why we're the furthest club in England is because it's the history, the trophies that we won, the league titles that we won, 13 league titles. Like that's what defines Arsenal. You look at the trophies, you look at the history that we won. Yeah, it's not about league position. Like when we finished, what was it, 12th, Aaron, when we won the double, wasn't it? Like,
what's that? What's that? Well, in '93.
Was it 93 when we won the FA Cup?
We finished 10th. We finished 10th. We beat Sheffield United twice. In the FA Cup as well. We had to have a replay. But Ian Wrighty, he scored in both legs. in that, by the way. Another little fun fact
There
for
we go.
everyone.
There we go.
Ian Wright scored 93, and the only time still that it's been done playing a team's the same in their domestic cup competitions.
Yeah.
In the final, Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah, and Arsenal
Sheffield
beat them,
Wednesday, yeah.
jumped them both. We ended up beating them 2-1 in that final, and obviously Wrighty was one of the goal scorers.
Big up.
Yeah. That's it. When I was born, Arsenal were champions in '89, so I've got a lot to go from. But obviously, you know, I was only a baby when Arsenal were champions. But guess what I do, and what maybe Clinton or whatever his bloody name was, is they should do. Even if he is an Arsenal fan or not, you never guess what I do. Is a little secret. It's a little secret. I love the history of my football club, so I research it. Little secret for you lot. Yeah. You know, just because I was born in '89 doesn't mean to say I don't know the history of previous years. You know, I love my football club, and you know that's just what I do. Yeah. I don't know everything. I absolutely don't. There's fucking so many people that know a lot more than I do, but I know enough to be able to at least hold my ground. Do you know what I mean? And that'll do. That'll do. Clinton, what you saying? Where are you at? What do you know? Oh, yeah, but to be fair, he supports Arteta FC.
It's Arteta, yeah. Bro, I swear down, Arteta, yeah. And listen, I say this about the manager. I give him credit, you know, getting us competing again. But when it really matters, Aaron, when the pressure's really on, when crunch time really happens, he can't get over the line, bro. How many occasions, how many years have we seen it in the cup competitions as well? Like, I wouldn't mind if he's nicking a cup, like, you know, League Cup. We've only won 2 in the history, right? But when it came to Newcastle this season, we got done in a semi-final. But in the FA Cup as well, ever since he's won it, we're not made it past the 4th round, bro.
Yeah. Do you know the 2 teams that we've beaten?
Was it who the flip? Oxford, when we wore that white
that's
kit.
one of them, yeah.
And flipping that 3rd round when Smith Rowe scored. Oh, who was the team? Was it Palace? Was it?
Yeah.
That's
Palace,
embarrassing, man.
That's
like,
madness.
Getting
That's
dumped out of the
madness, isn't it, bro?
trophies. Again, yeah, just not. And then people use the excuse saying, "Oh, number one, the League Cup's beneath apparently a club like Arsenal." But whenever we had a right to start dismissing trophies, the same people want to lap up Community Shields. Even our manager want to lap up Community Shields, saying, "No, I've won 3 trophies, not 1." Right? And also, like the FA Cup as well, people. The FA Cup as well is, mate. People start dismissing the FA Cup now. Like, what? The FA Cup is one of the most historic trophies in England, and we've won it the most times. You know, it's just so frustrating. Like, we get knocked out in these early rounds. That's the most frustrating thing about it, because people say we've got bigger fish to fry in Premier League and Champions League and all this, but we go and just capitulate loads as well. Go on, you know, don't get over the line in those ones as well. And then year in, year out, we end up people happy we're competing, but then we win nothing. And it's pointless, bro. You know, because who's going to remember Arsenal, you know, years ago? We finished 2nd again. People remember the trophies from the ends of the day, and that's the most frustrating thing about it. And I feel like, as a manager, Aaron, as well, this guy is one of the most overprotected managers in flipping world football. I don't understand why he gets so much protection. You say one bad thing about him, you get people like that saying us we're Ligue 1 wannabes, or like you get people saying, "Oh, you can't say that about Arteta. Oh, how dare you?" It just doesn't make sense to me.
Do you know what? Yeah, for anyone that is intrigued, I'm sure no one is, but I get on extremely well on and off cam with Ligue 1, and he's one of the nicest geezers you'll ever meet, man. He's just frustrated and annoyed, just like me. Just like you, that the club don't win anything. But you know, off cam, totally different geezer, because he's not talking about Arsenal. So yeah, man, it makes you laugh, man. You know what I mean? When you see our Ligue 1 wannabes, man. I suppose technically everyone would want to be Ligue 1, not exactly Ligue 1, but have the success that he's had. Because you know what? You know why he's had such good success? Because he's always spoke from the heart. He's always been honest. He might not always be right, but he's always himself. And big up to him, man. I love him. He is an absolute geezer. You get comments from like that, people that just know that they're nowhere near able to be able to put their face onto camera.
Yeah, exactly.
And talk about a football club because they're little bitches. And that's cool with me. You know what I mean? The world needs bitches, and that geezer is one of them.
Well said, mate. Yeah, well said, definitely. Guys, make sure you do hit like buttons. I think we're on 165 now, so big up everyone, man. Thank you for all the support today. I've put Aaron's link in the pinned as well to his
Too
channel.
kind.
Go over to there, sub to this guy, man.
Too kind.
He's doing his thing over there as well. Pleasure to have him on today as well, man. But yeah, Aaron, bro, I'm just hoping this club, but you know, with Berta coming in, we do what's required for once, because every single window, Aaron, bro, we never do what's required. We always come out the same thing. Oh, we're a few players short. Oh, you know, the quality of players we ain't is not good enough. You know, and it's been like every single window. Even the January when we had a chance to address things, we didn't want to go for Watkins. We waited till the last week of the window when they just sold Duran to put in a 40 million bid for a player like Watkins.
All for show.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Like,
ridiculous.
Year in, year out, it's the same. But I'm just hoping with this director, bro, if he gets the power and, you know, Arteta can drop his ego for once, fingers crossed exactly, then he might actually do what's required. But even if we do get the players, Aaron, like, just with this manager, has he got it in him? Even with the signings to take us to major honors, I don't see it, unfortunately, guys. I don't see it. But, you know, there's the managers out there like Aaron. The one people say, oh, no one out to replace Arteta. The one I really want is go and get Antonio Conte. He's leaving Napoli. He's left at the end of the season. He's won the league with them. He's leaving. You know, that guy goes everywhere. Okay, apart from Tottenham. Yeah, he went Chelsea. I think we backed them 3-0 in that game. Alexis, absolute masterclass. Ozil. And in that game, I think he changed his system around, and then they wanted to win the league the same season.
Yeah.
With Chelsea.
Facts.
He goes
they changed it. They changed it to a back five, didn't they?
That was it. That was it.
What's his name? Right wing back. He got sent off in the cup final. I was there in 17. Victor Moses. That's the one.
Victor Moses.
That's the one. They changed the back, and he was an absolute revelation there. They changed that. We spanked him 3-0. I'll never forget that. I was obviously at the Emirates that game.
Wow.
And Pedro was going forward, and I remember Bellerin like out sprinted him, and like just it was a nutty like because Pedro weren't no slow geezer either, and he outslid him and done 3-0. And I was like, wow, you know, we weren't looking to win the title that year, but I was like, at least we've won, at least we beat Chelsea. I mean, like we were begging for something, and then what do they go and do? Bang, win. And they just walked that title. Like after that, Conte just went, "Nah, we need to change something." That's what our manager don't do.
You don't
change anything.
Yeah.
What's he changed for the positive in the last 2 or 3 seasons? You know what? You know anyway. I've got a season ticket, and for people in the chat that don't know, I've got I've done for a good few years. I was going to that game, going to the season 2 years ago, and I was sort of blowing teams away. I was buzzing. I was leaving there absolutely elated every single game, buzzing. We're ripping teams to shreds. All right, we didn't get it over the line in the end for numerous reasons, and there are to blame for that. What do we go and do next season? We over defend. We stink the place out. What do we go and do this season? We get worse. Every single metric we have got worse. I do it on my show, and I done it on my show last night. The stats are there. I always bring up the stats because guess what, Josh? Guess what, chat? People stop listening with their ears. They start listening with their eyes now. You have to show them on screen statistical facts. Otherwise, they just think you're talking shit.
Yeah.
We do that all the time. We've regressed massively. So what's to make me think that this manager is going to be good enough? Can I tell you for certain? Of course I bloody can't. I'm not the descendant from Nostradamus. There go my old dear. Of course I can't tell you for 100%. No one can on YouTube. And they tell you so. They're talking bollocks. But what can go by on 5 years?
5 years.
5 years of failure. Guess what? This season, since he won the FA Cup, here's another stat to have a little nibble on. Nom. 19 consecutive competitions entered since winning the FA Cup. 19 consecutive failures.
Embarrassment.
It's just inarguable. That's just facts. What can you do about that? So when people are saying to me, how do you know Mikel Arteta the foul? I was like, well, I don't really know.
Yeah.
What I do know is in the last 5 seasons, he's failed in every single competition 19 times. What we doing here? What we doing here? That's what I go by. Historical facts. And guess what? We're not on an upwards trajectory.
No.
On a downwards one. Do you know why? Because our goal scoring is 22 worse. Our defense is, I think, 5 or 6 worse. Our goal difference is about 20 worse. Our points difference is about 15 worse from last season. Like, all the statistics are there. We're going that way. And I tell you what, if we have another fucking transfer window like we did last season, where we're signing Norbert fucking Neto, Raheem Sterling, Calafiori, and fucking and Mikel Merino,
yeah.
we will be out of the top 4.
Mm,
Promise you.
yeah,
You heard it here first. We will be out the top 4 if we have another transfer window like that. Because I'll tell you why.
definitely.
Liverpool signing Berts.
Works,
They've
yeah.
just got that. They've got left back sorted. They've got Frimpong
Gyokeres,
in.
yeah.
There will be a striker in there. Newcastle won't sit on their laurels. They're one to watch, mate. I'm telling you. Man City, do you think they're going to sit and rest on their laurels? No, 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 no. Chelsea, they're shit, but they will spend their way out of it. Eventually, they'll get what they want. They will get what they
Facts.
want. What are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Absolute facts, Aaron, mate.
Twiddle
Absolute
fingers. Twiddle fingers. Come on, innit? You got to do something.
Yeah,
Sign someone.
on.
Sign Gyökeres. Release his clause right now. Don't stop trying to save 10 million in transfer fees.
Yeah, exactly,
Don't
bro.
get
We're
him.
so tight
We're
at
done.
times, bro. Yeah, bro. He's 55 million as well, by the way. 55 million for a player like Gyökeres. And we're
Why
debating
isn't
whether
it
to,
already done?
yeah, and we're debating whether to pay an extra, what is it, 67 to sign Sesko, who's less proven. Like, make
Yeah.
it make sense. Who has a what logic is it in that? Gyökeres is a cheaper option right now, 55 million. But you got on this manager still trying to get his boy Sesko in.
Yeah.
Because
It's not. Yeah.
because Sesko as well, yeah, like he brings him in. He's 21, younger, yeah. So then he can play King Kai again, rotate with him with King Kai. When you get Gyökeres in, King Kai's getting nothing, bro, because you know what Gyökeres is doing, and you come in and do the business, 100% people. But Sesko a bit more. Still needs time to, he's got potential and all this. So then, yeah, Arteta will love that because just rotating with King Kai. Still, because we know how he forces King Guy Havertz into this team, bro.
What do you reckon? Because I reckon he's going to force him into midfield again.
I can see that as well. I can see that as well. It would not surprise me, man. When we first bought him, he played week in, week out there, out there. Yeah, we all knew it wasn't working. And he said, all right, let me put it in centre forward. Yeah, and then obviously he has his thing of forcing this guy in because, okay, for him, he's put himself in the hole because he's like 65 million spent. He's on this many wages. So if he knows it backfires, which he obviously has backfired clearly, yeah, I know people want to justify Havertz as a signing. He's been an absolute failure, right?
Shocking.
Okay, fair enough. Like, people say, he scored against Chelsea, he scored against Tottenham, he had a good purple patch. But the thing with Havertz, Aaron, is when it really mattered in the big games, you miss him, bro. FA Cups, Champions Leagues, Bayern Munich, Porto's, where was he?
Totally miss him.
Missing.
What did he do against that Manchester United 10 men?
Exactly. Even that, yeah.
What about Newcastle first leg? Missing. Oh, but maybe, like Mikel Arteta said, maybe it was the ball. Maybe the ball. It wasn't the ball against Bolton and Crystal Palace, but it was the ball against Newcastle when you got destroyed 2-0. Definitely the ball then. Must have been the ball. Even though the referees weigh it every single game.
Yeah.
One of them. But there must have been something wrong with all of the balls. Every single one of them. Not just one of the balls, all of the balls that were used on that match day. ×2 because it was 2 legs.
Oh, it's crazy, brother. It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, there we go. But yeah, anyway, guys, I'm gonna have to wrap this up. I've got to get going. But big out, we're almost on 2 hours, which is madness. So I really appreciate everyone tuning in today. Aaron, I appreciate your time, bro. It's a pleasure to have you on.
Good,
definitely do it again, man. Definitely get you on again.
Yeah, for sure, man. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely, bro. So Aaron's links in the title, as I said, in the pinned comment, guys. Go over there if you're not already. Give him a sub. Absolute legend right there. And yeah, guys, thanks everyone who watched today. Appreciate everyone's support. We'll be back as always tomorrow, every single day. Take care, everyone. Sign Gyökeres, yeah. Berta. Listen to Berta on set. Drop the fucking ego. Sign Gyökeres, man. And yeah, we're getting out of it, people. Enjoy the rest of your day, wherever you get up to as well, guys. Appreciate you lot, and we'll catch you guys in the